Hey Tom fans, hey, so I'm back today with another reaction, and this is going to be Sober by Tom MacDonald, Madchild featuring Nova Rockefeller. So I've heard that, and I've seen in a lot of his videos, Nova Rockefeller is actually the one who creates and does all the shooting for Tom's videos, so that is like epic. So let's just go ahead and jump right in here.
What up, y'all? My name's Tom. Little while back was an alcoholic. Had a mental breakdown like a year ago. Came close to put me in a coffin. Damn. After the hooker I loved. After I did all the drugs. After I finally got fired for showing up late to the job, hella tired and drunk. After the oxys, I put up my nose with my boss on the oil rigs when I was young. After my ex cut her wrists and the cops thought I stabbed her and beat me, then put me in cuffs. After
Holy moly. Okay, so this guy's been through some stuff. Wow, I gotta go back and listen to this. Because he's going fast and he's talking about all the things that he's gone through.
in a coffin,
And,
damn. After the hooker I loved, after I did all the drugs, after I finally got fired for showing up late to the job, hella tired and drunk. After the oxys, I put up my nose with my boss on the oil rigs when I was young. After my ex cut her wrists and the cops thought I stabbed her and beat me, then put me in cuffs. After I totaled my car trying to run from the cops with a kilo of coke in the trunk. After I drank till I rotted my teeth on my head, got infections in all of my gums. After I couldn't get hard cause the vodka and porno sedated me till I was numb. After I couldn't escape from the basement I rented and went to go live with my mom. After I cheated on people I needed and lied trying to hide from the guy that I was. Then I got sober, the madness was over. Now I am proud of the man I become. Yeah.
wow, okay. So this is gonna be one of those. This is gonna be one of those. Drugs really do this kind of stuff to you. I remember, I don't even like talking about it. Like, I mean, I got closure about what happened when I was going through that life, but there's nothing good about the stuff that you go through when you're on drugs. There's just nothing good. I'm thinking through all the stuff that he said, you get caught up in the things that you shouldn't be caught up in, the crime that you shouldn't be got caught up in. You get falsely accused because people only look at you as the drug addict that you are and not actually as a human being. And I'm starting to get a real clear picture about who this Tom is, and one of the things that I'm starting to really see is that this dude's been through a lot. Him and I have more in common than I originally thought. Because these things that you go through when you are a drug addict, these things you go through when you have that addiction, they're not things that someone that they're not things that you go through when you're not an addict. Like when you're an addict, you have to go through these things, and oftentimes we see the same stuff. I was 19 years old, 19, sleeping behind a gas. And this was in the beginning part of the 7 years that I was homeless. And I was over in Hemet, California, and in the middle of the night, two of my buddies were sleeping, and they got shot while they were sleeping. They owed the wrong people money. You don't see that stuff if you're not involved in something you shouldn't be involved in. And a lot of that stuff that Tom just talked about, that's stuff that he wouldn't have seen had he was not on drugs. And it's just it blows my mind at how much him and I really do have in common. Man, you've seen some stuff, I've seen some stuff, and wow, it's intense, man. I'm glad you got sober.
The guy that I was, then I got sober, the madness was over. Now I am proud of the man I become. Yeah.
I'm proud of you too, bro. I'm so proud of you, man.
I'm someone that I know again. I started climbing out the hole I'm in, fighting demons and I know I'll win. It's time for me to mend these broken wings. Life has been hard, I know it gets better. This is a war that I'll fight forever.
You know what I love about this? I love it so much. I love that it starts really deep and then it gets better. Literally. See what I did there? It gets better, literally. I think he did that on purpose, kind of like, almost kind of like showing the progression of his life. He started out in this place that was super deep and super dark, and then he's ending up in this place that's better. So let's see what the next verse has in store since this is the chorus. And usually the verse is the what's telling the story.
My scars, I always remember when I lost it all and never surrendered. What up, y'all? My name's Madchild. I've been off to Xannies for a while now. I was waking up feeling suicidal, but I think I'm finally starting to smile now. Man, I lived a hell of a life. I've been to hell and back twice. Lost $10 million, 3 different addictions. Don't tell me about paying the price. From penthouses with top models, hanging with strippers with pop bottles. You're anxious and hiding alone in my room from the world. I was pissing in pop bottles. From chart top and being a role model to flop records and lost follows. When I cop product, got a month's worth. When I left the spot, cops followed. If you saw a photo, it was only face, cause I was 85 pounds overweight. Mental breakdown trying to catch a plane. Wasn't mad, child, I was only Shane. My puppy Lola was my only gang. Had to put my baby in a grave. I walked away from every brick I laid so I could build a new wall to keep me safe.
Man, this is this is causing a little bit of anxiety for me, honestly, guys. And it's not anything I can't handle. Obviously, I have the Lord with me. The Lord resides under my skin. He's here. Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. But this is giving me a little bit of anxiety because I'm thinking about all the things that I went through. And I'm thinking about how much these guys' lives parallel mine. About having to leave everything in order to get out of that life. Literally everything. Having to completely change everything in your life. And if any of you guys have addictions right now, or if you've overcome addictions, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Your entire life has to change. Who you hang out with, where you are, the job, your environment, everything. You literally have to lay your last brick, like Madchild said, and move on with your life and do something different. And I think is causing anxiety for me because I had to make that hard choice, and I'm so happy that the Lord encouraged me to make that hard choice. But it doesn't make it any easier, to think back, and I don't regret making that choice either. That's the thing. But in that moment, you think back to all the things that you were going through, all the things that you know that you were thinking, and you're just like, dude, how? Part of you asks, how did you let yourself get this bad? The other part of you says, how come the people around you didn't stop you from getting this bad? Or even try to intervene? Were they part of the problem? Most likely the answer is yes. What kind of support systems do we have in our lives? What kind of family do we have in our lives? And I mean, I have a great mom, and I love my mom to death, and she's wonderful. She hated the fact that I was on drugs. She didn't know for the first couple years, and it's like it tore her to pieces when she found out. But what could she do? I wasn't ready to get help. It wasn't until I said, I'm gonna lay my last brick because I want a different life. That was when I started to get better. That was when I was like, oh my gosh, wake up call. I just lost my friends. Now what do I do? These were my homies. These were my guys. These were my friends. What do I do now? So I got out of California. I said I can't handle being here anymore. Oh, can't do it. Won't do it. There's no way in hell I'm staying here. So I got out. I laid my last brick and I spent 5 more years homeless here in Oregon. And you know what? I would have rather been homeless here than had a place in California. And there's nothing wrong with California, but it wasn't my place. There's too many bad memories there. Even as a pastor, I struggle to go to those places. And so I can relate so much to what Tom and Madchild are both talking about here. Just because like I lived it. They lived it. It's real. And if you've ever had an addiction that you've overcome, you've lived it. It's real. It's not a fleeting moment that just leaves your mind. It's something that lives with you for the rest of your life. So grateful that God allowed myself, Tom, and anybody else who's overcome addiction to get out of that life.
Every brick I laid so I could build a new wall to keep me safe. I'm finding someone that I know again. I started climbing out the hole I'm in, fighting demons and I know I'll win. It's time for me to mend these broken wings. Life has been hard, I know it gets better. This is a war that I'll fight forever.
It does get better, guys. It does get better. I know this is like a super heavy song and it's a super heavy topic. I will tell you, it really get better. It gets a lot better. The life that we have when either when we give our life to Christ or when we get out of the situation when where we're struggling, it really does get better.
My scars I always remember when I lost it all and never surrendered. When you fall down and the world's closing in, you can get up again, up again. Life has been hard, I know it gets better. This is a war that I'll fight forever. I have my scars, I always remember when I lost it all and never surrendered.
Oh, man, guys, this was a really powerful song. They did a really good job shooting this video with this song, writing this song. So do me a favor, guys. If you are still watching this video and you have overcome addiction, I want you to put your ears that clean in the comments. Let me know. For me, the last time I touched anything was February 17th of 2013. It is now 2024. It is now March 2024. So for me, I'm over 11 years clean off of the really bad stuff. I'm about 5 years clean off of 5 years sober, I should say, from alcohol. And the last time I smoked was probably about 7 years ago. It's worth it. It's 100% worth it to get clean. You have so much clarity, and you can learn to enjoy life. And then when you start walking with the Lord, you come to realize that there is no high like the Most High. There is no high like Jesus. Doesn't matter how many drugs you do. That's temporary, but Jesus is for eternity. If any of you guys are struggling with addiction now, feel free to connect with me. Feel free to connect with me. I've been through some stuff. I'm willing to listen. With that being said, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. I'll react to some more Tom videos. Because this one hit me. This one hit me hard. Give me some other ones to react to down in the comments. Other than that, I'll see you guys later.